The emergency session of the Galactic Council was called with unprecedented urgency. Representatives from 200 species filled the grand chamber, all wearing expressions ranging from confusion to outrage. At the center of it all sat Ambassador Biscuit, a golden retriever tail wagging enthusiastically. "This is absurd!" High Chancellor Vexter slammed his appendage on the podium. "Humans cannot be serious!" "Oh, we're very serious," said Karen Mitchell, Earth's former ambassador, now serving as Biscuit's translator and handler. "You banned humans from participating in council votes. You didn't ban dogs. Biscuit here is Earth's new official representative." That is not what we meant," Vexter sputtered. The ban was to prevent human interference in galactic affairs. "Should have been more specific in your wording," Karen said with a smile. "According to Section 7, Paragraph 3 of the Galactic Charter, any sapient being from a member world can serve as ambassador. We had Biscuit tested. He passed the sapience threshold. Barely, but he passed." "A-Day cannot vote on interstellar policy!" "Why not? He's more honest than half the politicians in this chamber. He doesn't accept bribes. He has no hidden agenda, and he genuinely wants everyone to be happy. Frankly, he's overqualified," Ambassador Biscuit barked, and his translator collar activated. "I love Iver yo alos melo instead." The chamber erupted in chaos. This had all started 3 months ago when the Galactic Council, tired of human unpredictability, had passed Resolution 4587. Human beings are hereby restricted from voting privileges in all council matters until such time as they demonstrate emotional maturity and logical consistency. Earth had been furious. Protests, diplomatic complaints, threats to withdraw from the council entirely. And then someone in the State Department had a brilliantly petty idea. If they won't let humans vote, the aide had suggested, let's find a loophole. They found it in the Sapience Clause. Any being capable of basic reasoning, emotional recognition, and communication could technically serve as ambassador. Dogs, with the help of neural translator collars developed for cross-species communication, qualified. Barely. Earth had held elections. 30 dogs competed. Biscuit won in a landslide, primarily because his campaign video showed him playing with children and looking adorable. "The human species is making a mockery of this council," Vexter continued. "This is exactly why we banned you from voting. This chaos, this inability to take anything seriously." "We take things very seriously," Karen replied. "We just also have a sense of humor. Something this council could use." She scratched Biscuit behind the ears. "Besides, Biscuit has already proven more effective than our human ambassadors. He's made friends with 17 species in 3 days. How many friends have you made, Chancellor?" Vexter had no response. Today's vote, the council moderator announced, clearly exhausted, concerns trade regulations between the Outer Rim territories and the core worlds. Ambassador Biscuit, Earth's vote. Biscuit tilted his head, listening to the Tran explain the complex trade agreement. Then he barked, "Esom I kuffa, butfitls puo pel fi biscu vids. Yes, averial a sofofo descodi." The vote passed with Biscuit's support. The trade regulations were actually beneficial, and several representatives who'd planned to vote against it switched sides, not wanting to be on the opposite side of the dog who just wanted everyone to eat. "This is a disaster," Vexter muttered to his aide. "The human animal is influencing votes with wholesomeness." "It gets worse, sir." Public opinion polls show Biscuit has a 94% approval rating across the galaxy. Citizens love him. How can citizens love a dog? Because he's genuine, sir. He has no ulterior motives. He just wants beings to be happy and fed. It's actually quite refreshing. Over the next month, Biscuit became a galactic phenomenon. His votes were simple, consistent, and based entirely on one principle: does this help people? If yes, vote yes. If no, vote no. If unclear, ask if it helps dogs, then extrapolate. He voted against weapons development programs, Aperco PE, Biscuit do S now or T or T. He voted for increased educational funding. Eu anangaza eigen aiming. Mekes Iverioni S Smartar, he voted to protect endangered species. S error Ike Ifa Tirandochis. S El Dux Descarvi Pachio Alas Pifies Desarvi Procotio. His logic was simple, but it cut through the political nonsense that usually paralyzed the council. Bills that had been stalled for years suddenly passed because Biscuit supported them, and no one wanted to be the species that opposed the dog. "This has to stop," Vexter said during a private meeting with other council leaders. "Biscuit is making us look incompetent." "He's making us look competent," one ambassador corrected. "His voting record shows more consistency than any representative in council history, and the public loves him." "But he's a doji." "So, he's doing a better job than most of us." Vexter tried a different approach. He proposed Resolution 512. All council representatives must pass an advanced cognitive reasoning test. Biscuit failed the test. Obviously, he was a dog. But so did 47 other ambassadors who'd been relying on staff to do their thinking for years. The resolution was quietly withdrawn. Next, Vexter tried to challenge Biscuit's Sapience certification. The testing board reviewed his case and concluded that Biscuit demonstrated emotional intelligence, social awareness, and decision-making capabilities within acceptable parameters. Plus, the board chair added, he's the goodest boy. That's got to count for something. Frustrated, Vexter confronted Karen directly. Why are you doing this? You have made your point. You have embarrassed us. Now please, return human ambassadors to the council. Return human voting rights. Karen countered. That's not going to happen. Humans are too chaotic, too unpredictable. And yet our dog is outperforming your entire council. What does that say about you? Vexter had no answer. The final straw came during a critical vote on war authorization. The Zorgath Empire had attacked a peaceful colony world. The council had to decide whether to intervene militarily. It was the kind of complex, morally ambiguous decision that usually led to hours of debate and political maneuvering. Biscuit's vote was immediate. HKNGP Hagyod. Biskai voyo siesto HLP simple clear. Morally unambiguous, the intervention was authorized, lives were saved, and across the galaxy, beings realized that maybe, just maybe, they'd been overthinking things. Maybe complex problems didn't always need complex solutions. Maybe sometimes the right answer was the simple one: help people. Don't hurt people, be good. Vexter requested a private meeting with Earth's government. Fine, he said, defeated. We will restore human voting rights. Just, please, bring back your human ambassadors. This has gone too far. Not yet. Earth's president replied via hologram. Biscuit's doing great. His approval rating is higher than mine. I think we'll keep him for a while. But he's a dog. A dog who's teaching your council what actual leadership looks like. Honesty, compassion, consistency. You tried to punish us by taking away our vote. We turned it into the best PR move in galactic history. You made us look foolish. You made yourselves look foolish by banning humans over emotional immaturity while running a council full of corruption and political games. Biscuit just exposed it. Vexter slumped. What do you want? Keep human voting rights restored. Issue a formal apology and let Biscuit stay on as Earth's co-ambassador. He's actually making the galaxy better. Co-ambassador. You would keep the dog even with human rights restored. Absolutely. Turns out, having someone in the room who just wants everyone to be happy and fed is incredibly valuable. Humans are clever, but Biscuit is good. We need both. The agreement was reached. Humans got their voting rights back. Biscuit remained as Earth's beloved co-ambassador. And the Galactic Council learned a valuable lesson: never try to out petty humans. They'll find a loophole, exploit it brilliantly, and somehow make you look bad while teaching you how to be better. 6 months later, Biscuit's approval rating hit 97%. 3 other species appointed dogs to their diplomatic corps. And the council passed more beneficial legislation in half a year than they had in the previous decade. Because when you have to justify your decisions to a dog who just wants beings to be happy, you tend to make better decisions. Any regrets? Karen asked Vexter at a diplomatic reception. Biscuit was surrounded by admirers, tail wagging, accepting treats and pets from alien dignitaries. Many, Vexter admitted. But I must confess the dog is effective, annoyingly so. Hi is a good boy, the goodest boy. Vexter agreed reluctantly. And even I must admit this, perhaps, what the council needed. Someone who is simply, unambiguously, good. Humans are complicated. We're chaotic. We're unpredictable. But we also understand something you don't. What is that? Sometimes the best leaders aren't the smartest or the most experienced. They're the ones who genuinely care about making things better. Biscuit can't write policy or understand complex economics, but he understands kindness. And in a galaxy full of beings trying to outsmart each other, maybe kindness is the smartest strategy of all. Vexter watched Biscuit accept a belly rub from a Zorgathi diplomat, the same species Earth had voted to defend. Your species weaponized wholesomeness, he said. We prefer to think of it as tactical goodness, Karen smiled. But yes, you tried to silence us. We responded by making you listen to a dog, and somehow that dog said everything that needed to be said. Ambassador Biscuit barked happily, his translator picking it up. Ovuall. Memi EGS Tamarab. Bescu Barium Talloelloeter. And across the Galactic Council, representatives from 200 species realized they were actually considering playing fetch with Earth's ambassador. Because when a dog tells you life should include more play and less conflict, he's not wrong. He's just the only one honest enough to say it. Humanity had been banned from voting for being too chaotic. They'd responded with chaos so brilliant it made the whole galaxy better. And that Chancellor Vexter understood too late was the most human thing possible. Turn a punishment into a revolution. Make everyone laugh. And somehow, improve everything in the process. Never underestimate a species that elects a dog out of spite and changes the galaxy out of love. That's humanity. Brilliant. And absolutely unstoppable.